Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to this Traxion live stream. My name is Piers. I will be running in the iRacing Race for More 2.4 this evening on my own in this what is a team or solo race around the Le Mans de la Sarthe 24-hour circuit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some good racing. Of course, this is a charity event which is raising money for the Multiple Sclerosis Society. We have included the description link we have included the donation link in the description. So my phone is playing this out loud, actually. That's a great start. I'm just going to pause that. There you go. I was checking earlier on. So yes, of course, this is raising money for the Multiple Sclerosis Society. If you can, of course, donate. I will be donating at the end of the stream. Hopefully you can too. If not, no problem at all. Just enjoy the ride. This is a multi-class event, so I'll be racing in the fastest class, which is the Hypercar or Le Mans LMDH. There are also some old GT1 sports cars, as well as the Toyota GT86, which is basically a road-going version, or a racing version of a road car. So some very, very different speed cars this evening. 2.4 hours on my own is going to be somewhat of a challenge. I mean, it's now, just gone 7:15. We're going to be on until probably about 11 o'clock, because the race starts in, quali's in 10 or so minutes. The race will start in about half an hour, just under. And then, yeah, 2.4 hours. I've had a wee, don't worry. I'm all set, ready to go. But without further ado, why don't I jump on circuit? This is the setup we've got going at the moment. I've got triple screens. I've got the MOZA R21 wheel with the FSR, or the MOZA R21 wheelbase with the MOZA FSR wheel on. I've got the Asetek Pagani Huayra Pedals. PC specs are in the description, and running on big old 32-inch triple screens here at Traxion HQ. Now, I haven't done a huge amount of practice this evening, or today. I started my first practice laps at about lunchtime today. I've been on for a couple of hours. Le Mans is a long circuit, so you don't get to do many laps in a short amount of time. This car is very, very tricky. And hopefully, I'm going to show you that I've made some progress. I'm going to do a couple of laps now, just before we head into quali, which is in 10 minutes. 2-lap qualifying session, and then a 2-hour and 24-minute race. Of course, I have my Traxion branded gloves. So let's head out on track. I was actually at Le Mans this year as a spectator, so it's pretty cool to be able to race in the cars that I was watching going round, and this Cadillac LMDH hypercar. It feels great. Let's see what we've got in the comments so far. We've got a couple of people from Traxion already. Dan and John. Hello, John. Looking forward to this one. Who else we got? Justin. Go fast. Turn left. Well, I'll be turning right as well, Justin. Which LMDH is it? Yes, I am driving the Cadillac. And yeah, thank you for a reminder about the safety wheel. I've been for a safety wheel. Yes, pink Cadillac looks splendid. Well, there's a story to this, and I will fill you in with that just before the race starts. But for now, I'll leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger, because I'll do my big livery reveal then. On cold tyres, this car is lethal. This is going to give you an idea of the closing speeds we're going to be dealing with in the race. Look at how much faster these hypercars are than the GT86s. I have a feeling that the race is going to be won and lost on lapping the traffic either well or poorly. Yeah, listen to the V8 roar of this. It was one of the loudest and coolest sounding cars at Le Mans when I was there watching just a few months ago. I'm going to let this person through on the inside. With it being an LMDH, it's a hybrid, so I have regen settings, as you can see on my bottom right hand side of the screen. Hopefully you can see, yeah. So where it says balanced, balance means that it keeps the battery pretty stable throughout the stint. I've got some other options as well. So I've got no deploy, which is a way of saving, build, which is a way of building some energy, quali, which is all out, full power. And I've absolutely rear-ended someone already. That's not a good start, is it? Sorry, my friend. And I'll be using the quali setting in qualifying. Of course, the more power you use, the quicker your battery will go down, and the slower you will go eventually. Let's build into a bit of a rhythm, shall we? Get some final laps of practice in. I'm racing for team TraxionGG. You are watching, of course, on the TraxionGG YouTube channel, but we also have a website, which is TraxionGG, which is where all the sim racing news, information, updates, anything is posted on a daily basis by a wonderful editorial team. Oh, I believe a couple of them are watching this evening, so thanks for tuning in. This bit is full commitment. One strange thing about these super fast prototypes is when you get to this corner here, which is Arnage, which is only 90 kilometers an hour or 53 miles an hour, all the downforce, because you're going slow, all the downforce comes off the car, and it's so easy to spin the thing at low speed. My plan for the race is 2.4 hours, get the first hour out of the way, nice and clean. There's lots of place on this circuit you can get a cut track penalty, and I'm trying to avoid those as much as possible, because that'll easily lose you 2 or 3 seconds. And then there's this section here, which is high speed. The grip really mounts on, it feels great. And then coming up to the last section of the lap now, which is the forward chicanes. This is so hard not to get a cut track or spin out over the curves. Good traction. Not too bad. Right, let's start our first fake qualifying session, or fake qualifying lap. That was very close to getting a penalty there. Oof, the speed difference. Whoa. Had to have a little lift to get past the Aston Martin GT1. Any comments so far? Barbie Caddy, yeah, in the Traxion colours. What else have we got? Does that make Piers Ken? I wish. I wish I was paid that much to be Ken. I haven't seen the Barbie movie yet. Any of you seen it? In the comments? Piers is Ken-off. That's funny. Thanks for tuning in, Mohammed. Hopefully you can stick around for most of the stream. It's going to be a long evening ahead. Feel free to dip in and out. Of course, the start will be about 7:40, qualies in about 10 minutes. Then the end of the race again, it should be about 11 p.m. Whoa. When's he out of the car? When he's out of the car, he's still at 10. Oh, you flirts in the chat. You are flirts. Whoa. What sim is this? This is iRacing, as someone I think helpfully pointed out. I've used most of the sims that are out there, R-Factor 2, of course, ACC, but I spend most of my time on iRacing. It's my favourite sim. I feel like the racing online is the main part of it, and I'm a racer at heart, really. Yeah, hot lapping is good fun, but I want to go wheel to wheel, as I'm about to do with a much slower car here. Again, some of those drivers in those slower cars may be even better than the drivers like me in the faster cars, but they're just racing in their own little race. I do actually have some friends racing in this one, Matty and Tom. I think they're in the split above, unfortunately. I've just missed out on the top split. I believe this must be split 2. I'm 3.9 KI rating at the moment, which is a little bit lower than I probably should be. After a few bad races recently, I don't do official races hugely often, and the last few have gone pretty terribly, if I'm completely honest. Oh no, that's going to be a penalty. Oh, not quite. So yeah, shame I'm not in the race against my friends, but it'll be a good race nonetheless. That's one good thing I like about iRacing, is the fact you're always in a race with people that are, or should be, of a similar standard. That was close. Fun fact, Piers has won races in the real world. Isn't that right? Yes. Yes, I have. I actually have probably more real world racing experience than I do sim racing experience. I've raced in karts for decades. And I've also raced in the British F3 Championship in 2020, the COVID affected year. Haven't raced much since, unfortunately, but such is life. Racing is expensive, so I do a lot of sim racing these days. It's far more affordable. Right, let's have a look at my fastest time. 3:22.0, and I'd say that's a pretty slow lap. There's at least a second in that, and that would put me currently... Well, if I did a 21.0, I'd be fastest, but hey, don't want to speak too soon. And again, I'm not too worried about qualifying, really. Don't mind about qualifying if as long as I'm in the front third. Just keep it clean for the first hour or so. I think we do about 50 minutes or so on a tank of fuel, so we'll be stopping probably 4 times. 7.5 litres or 7.25 litres a lap roughly. Stints are going to be in the region of 12 laps. How long have we got till quali? 4 minutes. Just enough time to get most of a lap. Now, why live stream? Why are we doing this? What are we here for? Why are you watching? Well, I have been at Traxion now since I think beginning of February, and this is actually my first live stream. So please be nice. The last live stream you may have seen was John Munro. He did the oh my goodness, that wasn't good. The last live stream was John. John did a live stream for the update, or the latest update on Asetek Competizione, the 1.9 update. A lot of people really enjoyed that. Oh, I've got some damage that I need to fix. I'm hoping not to do that in the race. But I haven't done a live stream. I like iRacing. This was coming around. I thought about doing it myself, and then I thought, you know what? Why don't I bring you lovely Traxion subscribers along for the ride? And hopefully you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, let us know. We can do some more. If not, no problem. Right, let's reset the car because I did damage it somewhat. Newtilicious saying, quali rarely matters in endurance races. Well, if you can call this an endurance race, that is. Well, Newtilicious, I am certainly going to call this an endurance race because I imagine I will be looking somewhat more sweaty by the end of this one than I do now. 2.4 hours in one go is pretty hefty, but I might have to turn the force feedback down on this wheel because my wrists are already starting to feel it a little bit. I'm nowhere near at full power on this 21 Newton meter MOZA. Probably running about, I think, 60% at the moment, which is still a bit high. Mohammed, wish these sims would have a proper pit. When you say proper pit, what do you mean? Proper pit as in like when you can sort of back into the garage. Is that what you mean, Mohammed? Someone on the Traxion account is doing all the introductions, all the talking points for me, which is very helpful. Yes, I am a real-world commentator. Having raced in British F3 in 2020, I now comment on the GB3 Championship, which is the same championship that was rebranded a year or so ago. Yes, there are unlimited fast repairs in this race, so if I do end up having a shunt of any kind, I can come into the pits, get the car repaired almost instantly, which is useful. But I'm hoping not to have to use them, because if I'm having to come in the pits for a repair, it's probably because I've had a crash, which means I'll be losing time. So my aim, I've got 3 aims in this race. First of all, is to improve my iRating. As I said, my iRating's a bit lower than I think it probably should be these days after some poor races. If you're not familiar with the way iRating works in iRacing, basically it's like a ranking number. Everyone has a ranking number based on how good, or how consistently fast, or how consistently well they finish. If you finish generally in the top half of a grid, you'll go up. If you finish in the bottom half, you'll go down. And if the strength of the race is higher, so if the people around you in your race have a high rating and you finish at the front, you'll go up more than if it's a race with less highly rated drivers. Strength of field of this race is 3.7, so I'm 3.9k. So it should be okay. That's the first one. Second one is to try and improve my safety rating, because also in those races where I've gone down, I've had quite a lot of crashes and incidents which have then hurt my safety rating, which is currently at 1.5. It can be anywhere between 0 and 5. I want it to be near a 5, not near a 0. And then the third one is to have a clean race. I want a clean race, as in like no spins, no crashes, anything like that. I think it's unlikely, but I'm going to try my best. Anyway, qualifying. Let's do it. I've got 2 laps in theory, but I'm hoping to only use 1, because I don't think I've got enough fuel to do 2 laps. Let's give it a go. I'm going to do a no deploy lap to start. I'm going to get a banker in and then go full deploy for the second lap.
Green, green, green.
Right, forgive me if I don't say too much during qualifying, because I do actually need to concentrate here. Right, here we go. That's a terrible start. Anything in the 21s for me will be good. 20s would be excellent. 22s would be average, I think. So I'm looking for a lap in the 21s, ideally. If I can get in the 20s, that would be excellent. I think there's definitely a 20 in me, but I'd have to absolutely nail every section, and this Le Mans circuit is so long that it's so hard to string a whole lap together. I mean, I think it's 14 kilometers, something silly. Well over, what's 3 minutes 21 is what I'm aiming for. Bearing in mind, most Formula 1 circuits take about 1 minute 30, so it gives you an idea of quite how long this circuit is. So far, my lap is terrible. I'm down 2.5 seconds on my best lap. But that's okay, I've got 2 laps in this session. And I did put a no hybrid deployment on this lap. Just want to get a banker in. And the next lap I'll unleash all of my hybrid and hopefully sail my way to pole position, but we'll see. What's on that bonnet of the car from Dean Prescott? Ah, well, I will show you after qualifying when I do the livery reveal. Any other comments? Only 1 fast repair, is that, Justin? Oh no. Let's have a look. iRacing made a mistake, I believe. Fast repairs, 0 remaining in this session. I'll have a look in the race. Much like in real life, in qualifying, if you go off track, your lap time will be deleted, so you have to be a little bit measured. If you go off too far, your lap time will be deleted, especially if I've only got 1 lap to do it, which I will do because this lap's been terrible after that mistake on the first corner. I'm not a founding member of any pop group. Thank you very much, whoever's written that on the Traxion YouTube account. Right. That one has been average at best. It'll probably be about 3:24, but the next lap, hoping, will be much better. Here we go, this is the one. Much better. This is looking good so far. Only 2 tenths down the best lap I've done so far. Gained some back as well. Oh, that was good through there. That's another one of those corners. You can easily get a slowdown penalty. Basically, if you cut too much of the inside or you go too far on the outside of the corner, it will slow you down. Full deploy. Yep, thanks, Dan. No zoom booms in iRacing cam. Thank God. Whoa. So far it's a half decent lap. I want to keep it that way. Don't want to push too hard. 3:20.6 is the pole time at the moment. I can definitely get somewhere near that if I do a solid lap. Second is currently at 3:21.2, so quite a big gap that I might be able to slot myself into. Whoa, squirrely on the exit. That was pretty good. I'm 2/10 up. Right, this next corner. It's a big braking zone, a 90 or more than 90 right after such a long straight. I mean, what I'm doing, 320 kilometers an hour, which is 200 miles an hour just before I brake, so let's not brake too late. Braked a little early. Kept it clean on the exit. That's okay. Bit of extra aero. Come on. Right, half second up. I don't know on what, but green is good on my steering wheel. Oh, that was not good. Definitely lost a couple of tenths there. I was up with 6 tenths and now I'm down back to 5 tenths. Right, it's not getting off track on the entries this corner. That was good. Keep it tight here, it's all about track positioning. That was quite nice. Right, now the hardest section of the lap, right at the end, is a double chicane that leads into each other. 1, 2. Oh, I'm in too hot. Oh, terrible end to the lap. Ah. Someone did a 3:19.6. I did a 3:19.2. Pole position. Come on. And I lost time at the end of the lap, so I'm very happy with that. How much time did I lose at the end? Yeah, not a huge amount, but just. Boys and girls. P1. Look at that. Right, now for the livery reveal. I'm going to give you full screen here. Are we ready? So if I go on my lap, select qualifying, select my best lap. So if we go TV1. Oh no, hang on, training pace isn't on. Let's try that again. Well, let's hope. Let me load my setup. I'm just going to go on full screen. Well, thank you for joining me for qualifying. P1, goated lap. I mean, it wasn't goated. It was, I definitely lost about half a second in the last corner. But hey, we'll take it. Right, I'm just loading my setup, and I'm not going to give it away because I did pay for this setup, and it would be remiss of me to give away someone's intellectual property. Right, loading the setup. Done. I'm hoping that I can load my... Oh, it's not loading the paint. Why is that not doing that? That is really annoying. Oh, I haven't set the team paint, that's why. Oh no! I haven't set the team paint up. Okay, well that'll have to be for a little treat for those who managed to stay right to the end of the stream. I will reveal the paint. Anyway, I need to go to the grid because I'm starting this race from pole. Right. Let's start on balanced. Get my deploy settings. Pole by 4 tenths to absolutely take that. I'm a bit nervous now. Right, I better take a drink because it might be my last opportunity for quite a while. So, plan for the start. This, oh, sorry, just got water everywhere. This car is notoriously tricky on cold tyres, and obviously at the start of the race the tyres are very, very cold. So I'm hoping to negotiate that out. All good. Right, let's get going.
Catch the pace car.
Because the circuit is so long, we luckily start about 3/4 of the way around the lap, which is good. We don't have to do a full lap, and I'm just coasting to try and save as much fuel as possible. The more fuel I can save in the first stint, the longer I can potentially go, and the less fuel I'll have to take in the pit stop, which will hopefully give me a little bit of an advantage. iRacing and game livery looks good. Yeah, it's not too bad. I did a backup livery just in case, which is basically the Traxion colours on an iRacing standard livery. I'm really annoyed that I didn't set the trading paints livery, because Dean worked very hard on that. Dean, I'm really sorry. I will definitely get that going later on. I'll show you guys at the end of the race. If you're still around then, hopefully you are still interested in sticking about. Right. Let's get my deploy ready. I might set it to quali just for the first half of the lap, otherwise I'll probably be a bit of a sitting duck. Let's see what my heart rate is. 74 at the moment, apparently. I'll keep you updated with that. It feels heavier than that. Right, changing my setting to quali attack. Here we go. This is the part in real life where they play. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right, I'm going. Gone.
Green, green, green.
Oh, we're away. Right, the chicane on cold tyres is sketchy as hell, so... Oh, there's the... Did you see that? The French red arrows. Right. 2 corners down. Just need to get around the first lap, get those tyres warm. This corner's a bit tricky. Oh. Bit of a wobble. Right, keep it in the track. Perfect. It's a good start, boys and girls. But your heart rate, my heart rate is higher eating a kebab. What's heart rate now? 95. It's going up. Right, first braking point. Let's make it work. Let's not do a Jack Aitken and spit it in the wall left there. Right, Warren Diallo is right behind me. 7/10, so he's still in the tow. But then we've got a 7/10 back to 3rd, and then another 2nd back to 5th or 4th. So it looks like there's been a change. 5th place, right at braking markers. Seven-tenths still. He was good through the chicane. Right, this is going to be a close race. I wonder how long it will be before I start to catch the slowest cars, the GT86s. We're gapping a little bit to Finn in 3rd place, between 2nd and 3rd. Ideally want to make this as few cars as possible as early on. Jack Aitken coaching, catching strays, yeah. I actually do know Jack Aitken. He's actually a really nice guy and was very, very quick, but unfortunately, of course, had that mistake early on in the 124 hours this year in this very car in real life. I put them out of the race pretty early. Right, I actually need to concentrate because this car is pretty hard to drive. Oh, 1/10 gap there. Oh, 2/10 gap, come on. Let's break that toe, baby. I haven't actually raced this car before, so don't know what the toe is. Normally in iRacing cars like this, toe's about 7 or 8 tenths. Right, let's concentrate again. This bit is so sketchy. Oh, that was a good sector. Gapped in 3 tenths. 1.2 is the gap now. This bit's so sketchy as well. One down. Approximately 44 more laps to go. Gap is 1.1. He's good through the chicane. Seems like he's good at the first sector, and I'm slightly better at the second sort of half of the lap. I mean, I've only one lap of data to compare against, but still. I'm going to leave my car in attack for as long as I possibly can. Until I'm down to about 20%, I think. Whoa! Bit hot in there. That's lost me some time. Just gently going to break the toe a little bit. Right, slowest cars are a minute away already, so I'm going to catch them probably by the end of next lap. Whoa, that was close. Woo. Right, what's everyone saying? Perfect. First lap. Jack Aitken could never. Jack Aitken definitely could. Jack Aitken is a very, very fast racing driver. However, he didn't do this year. I did feel for him. His social media posts were clearly very emotional because he'd obviously cost not only himself but the rest of his whole team. You may notice on the stream I've got at the bottom in the middle some input telemetry. The green bar is my accelerator, the red bar is the brake, and the steering wheel is there as well. So if you can't see the steering wheel, well, you can see the steering wheel in game, and that will show you what I'm doing with my pedals, my inputs. See if it either learns something, or you can give me some coaching if you think I'm doing anything wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely good at that section there, that low speed section. Right, I need to change my setting back to balance now. That setting is, of course, the hybrid system. Will mean I just start to regenerate a bit more power again, because I've burnt a lot on the first couple of laps trying to maintain this gap. I say burnt, you don't burn electricity, you just use it. Right, so he's very good at the forward chicanes. He's gained a couple of tenths on me there, a couple of laps in a row. Noted. 3:21.2. That's not bad first full flying lap. I'll take that. And just like that, first traffic is upon us. Hopefully he catches them in an awkward place. Nope, managed to make it through. Damn it. Down to 0.8 seconds, god damn it. He's catching, but it doesn't matter. All I'm doing in the first hour is keeping it clean. You need to press the throttle pedal until it reaches 101% pro gamer strats. Thanks, Dan. I can assure you, I cannot press the throttle pedal any harder. Do you find the hybrid a fun mechanic for racing, or would you prefer the cars didn't have it? I actually quite like it. It's one of those things that when you're getting to learn it, it is so frustrating, because if you don't know how to use it, it's just another thing to get wrong. But once you get your head around it, it's actually quite good fun, because it adds another dynamic to the racing. I've had a poor exit, so he's probably going to get me here, but I don't mind. I'll let him go through, because we've gapped third and fourth by 4 seconds, and if I sit behind him, I'll do a bit of fuel saving, I think.
Clear on the right.
Using the clutch to fuel save. Just allows you to roll a bit further when you lift off with the clutch in than if you don't use the clutch. Right, we're on Diallo, has 3.8 KI rating, so he's decent. We're catching some traffic now, which is going to be tricky. He's gapped me there, he's done well. But this is going to be the tricky part. Because now there's literally a line of the whole field of the Toyota GR86R. I'm not going to look at the camera or the chat for a sec, because this is going to get tasty. The closing speed between these corners is going to be, got to be doing at least 100 miles an hour faster than the other classes, potentially. You know, a closing speed of 100 miles an hour, that is. Oh my God, he's nearly had a crash already.
Car on your left. Clear.
He's done well there, but it's all about staying safe. Don't mind losing 3 seconds in that situation, because he nearly crashed. That shows my intention, or his intention, to send it on every opportunity. Whereas I'm hopefully going to just play it cool, calm and safe. 3.3 seconds. Fernandez is 2.7 behind me, that's okay. Still a very long way to go. We're not even a tenth of the way into the race yet. I think I am faster than the dude in first place, so if I just let the race come to me, it should all settle down. 3.7 is the gap. Let's keep that monitored. I generally do pretty well on tyres and fuel, so that should help me as we get towards the pit stops. Yeah, look at the lap time difference between, if you look in the top left-hand side of the screen, you can see the different classes. In our class, we're doing 321s. Next class, the GT1s are 345, and then it's 454. So it's basically a minute per class different around the lap, which is mental. A minute a lap difference. You know, we're going to catch them every third lap. So I'm going to pass them at least 10 times during this race. Which means 10 opportunities to make a mistake, or 10 opportunities to get through safely. You can drive one car from Le Mans history. Le Mans. If you could drive one car from Le Mans history at Le Mans in real life, what is it and why? Ooh, that's a good question. I think one of my favourite cars is the McLaren GT1, McLaren F1 GT1. It's just such a cool car, the long tail. Obviously, I think it won Le Mans, didn't it, in 96, 97? I think it's those cars are a really nice balance of aerodynamics performance as well as just routing out grunt. And they're purely analog, those cars. Actually, one of the cars in this race, the Aston Martin V12 Vantage GT1, was it V8 Vantage? No, it's not a Vantage, is it? It's a DB9, isn't it? It's the DB9 GT1, which we'll come across, I'm sure, in about a lap's time. That's a sequential box, Pro Drive built DB9 thoroughbred racing car. Sounds awesome. I've actually done 24 hours of Le Mans about 8 years ago in that car on iRacing. It was awesome. Very tricky to drive. Again, very little in the way of driver aids. Well, I've gained us nearly a second in the last sector there. That's good. No, I haven't. It's the relative having a bit of a weird wobble. Alright, gap's pretty much stabilised, so I need to push on if I can. Just a bit more minimum speed here and there. This corner doesn't really like being pushed too hard on the corner entry. You need to make up the time in the middle of the corner and the exit. If you push too hard on the entry, it tends to fight back somewhat. Alright, let's use more attacking. I think next lap I'm going to use my attack hybrid to see if I can get back on the toe of the dude in front. Don't think I can change. Yeah, one thing about the hybrid deploy is I'm pretty sure you can only change it twice a lap. So you can only change it from balance to attack or balance to build. So you can change it to something and then change it back, but nothing more. Oh, I'm in way too hot. That's not good. Concentrate, Piers. I think Warren must have made a mistake in that hairpin in that chicane as well, because I made a mistake and I managed to gain time somehow. See how much time you gain by turning the hybrid on. I've gained half a second in 2 straights. But then it ebbs and flows because I'll then have to charge it up and then he'll pull away again. So settings in the right box. So over there I have, in fact I'll negotiate this section first and then I'll explain because this takes some concentration. So you'll see me mess around throughout the race in that right-hand box on the right-hand side of screen there. Mostly the MG UK deploy. So MG UK is Motor Generator Unit, K for kinetic. So basically when you brake in these cars, it then stores some of that braking energy for you to then burn or use when you accelerate. And the different modes, you've got 3 modes during the race, which is attack, which is basically a full attack where you can use more than you regenerate. You then have balance, which kind of just maintains your energy level at about 50% in the battery. And then you have builds, which will try and build you back up after, for example, you've had a few laps where you've attacked quite hard. And that's all. That's pretty much it. The ins and the outs that you don't need to know. The car's onboard computer does that all for you. And in real life, I believe they have a bit more freedom than that. But obviously, they have a whole team of engineers that work out the best ways to deploy the energy throughout a lap for you, the most efficient use of the energy and the best lap time. Oh, that was close to getting a penalty. I didn't know if he was going to go left or right there. That gave me the fear. Slowly clawing him in. So yeah, basically that's the settings. Oh my god, we're going left and right here. I need to change it back to balance because otherwise I'm going to run out of power. In the LMP1 cars, which are the cars that were previous to these, you had a lot more freedom. You could actually turn the system off itself and control it effectively yourself, which was fun. You could do manual deploy, which meant you could then deploy the energy on the push of a button, which is a nice feeling when you come out of a corner. Just put your foot down and go, well, I'm not going fast enough. Smash a button and you get an extra 400 horsepower, but we don't quite have that luxury in these cars. Right, some more cars about 20 seconds ahead of us. I've been braking too late in these corners, so let's just bring back the braking a little bit. It's a bit of a better exit, especially considering how long these straights are. The exits are so important. Honk the horn to pass like every BMW driver. No horn on one of these, unfortunately. No horn, but I did just kill a cone. It's surprising that in this class you've got two choices of car. You've got the Cadillac and the BMW, and there don't seem to be many BMWs in this race from what I could see. Cadillac is definitely the most popular, probably because it's newer and more current, and also the car that actually raced at Le Mans. BMW didn't race at Le Mans this year. They just chose to sit it out and wait until next year, potentially when their car's a bit more developed. Right, we're getting into the traffic again here. Group of cars ahead of us. Let's hope I can catch them at a convenient point. He's caught them at a very convenient point. This is going to be sketchy for me. Have to go around the outside. That was very... Oh my god, there's a crash ahead. Where's he going? Oh. Oh my god. My life flashed before my eyes. He was spinning left, right, didn't know which way he was going to go. I'm going to get a slow down for that. No, I'm not, which is nice. Oh, contact. I'm back on the leader. See, that's all it takes. It's brought the whole lead group together as well, because Finn behind us is right behind me as well. So far I've kept my nose clean. That's all I need to do. Let's just stay out of trouble. Right, now we're getting close enough that we're going to be in the dirty air, which, much like Formula 1, means basically if you get too close to the car in front, when you're going through a corner, you lose front grip, but you also gain on the straight. So around the Le Mans, it definitely gains you some lap time, because the straights are so bloody long. He's got in too hot, so I'll have a good exit here. I'm going to use a bit of attack to try and get back past him, seeing as I've recharged my battery. Is there a car ahead of us? Yes, but it's a way up. So we're now starting to catch the third class. We've been through the slower cars twice, the slowest cars of the three. We're now catching the GT1s, which are the Corvettes and the Aston Martin DB9s. I'm looking to make a move into the next corner, which is Mulsanne, because if I can get in front, I'm hoping it might allow me to just chip away and gain a bit of a gap. He's going to get held up here, which is nice. The side draft. I'm hoping if I can keep an overlap, I can get him in the inside. No, too dangerous. A long way to go yet. He's definitely been taking more risks in the traffic, so if I just keep my nose clean, I reckon eventually he'll crash. How far behind's Finn? 1.3. Oh, there's a damaged Corvette ahead. Well, it looks like a damaged Corvette. I think it looks damaged. I don't know if it actually is. I think Warren, ahead of us, is running slightly less aerodynamic wing than we are, because I seem to be slightly slower on the straight, but I have a bit more pace through the corners. Oh my god, nearly ran into the back of him. While I'm in the tow, I will he's very good through there. Don't think I can quite do that. Car's just a bit too unsettled on the bumps. I haven't spent any time perfecting this setup. I've pretty much downloaded it and went with it. He might get an off track for that. Murder incoming. You saw that coming, didn't you? Oh, look, it's a zoom boom. Esports line is going halfway over the curb. Yeah, I know. I'm aware that if you take more curb into the chicane, you go a lot faster, but also risk of fatal crashing is much higher, so I choose life. I choose safety. Right, we're now getting into the back of the GT1 traffic. This is another one of those GT1s. It's against the Aston Martin coming up. Oh, I'm gonna catch this Aston Martin at an awkward place. Oh, he's gone straight on. Where's he going? Where's he coming back on? Thank goodness he carried on straight. Thought he was going to rejoin right into the side of my car. Right, he's pulling away, using attack. Don't want him to get more than about a second ahead if I can help it. So, oh, he's wide. But so am I. Right, I'm going to turn my tyres. Make sure I have full fuel. I'm going to turn my tyres off because I reckon I can go 2 stints on a set of tyres. Yeah, I'm definitely better into this section than he is. One of the unique things about Le Mans is that some of the corners are so different that you can be quick in one place and not another. Those GT1 cars are very fast in a straight line, almost as fast as we are, but they're nowhere near as quick in the corners. As you can see there, we couldn't really catch him on the straight, but as soon as we got to the turn in, the downforce of these LMDHs kicks in. Oh, that was close for him getting a slowdown. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get one eventually. He's had a couple of those. It's just a case of waiting here, getting a good exit. And then we have the interesting part when you end up catching 2 different classes at once and then everyone's fanning out all over the place.
Car right, clear on the right.
It's a bit closer than I was liking. He slowed up in the apex a bit more than I was anticipating. Oh my goodness, he's going to have to brake. He did well there. Fair play to him. Again, high risk versus reward. And Finn's going to get me now as well. Well, we're going to have to do the Hakkinen versus Schumacher kind of thing. Yeah, this is Finn who's coming back through. Again, I don't really mind at this stage. As long as I'm within eye shot of the leader, then I'm happy, because you could easily lose 2 or 3 seconds in one go just from a poor batch of traffic or a terrible corner like I've just done. Going back onto attack. Mouse on screen. Yeah, I know. I've set up a toggle on my wheel, but it doesn't seem to be working as consistently as I would like. So I'm just, because obviously because you can only change it twice a lap, it means it kind of then hinders you if you end up accidentally changing it twice to the wrong value. So I'm using the mouse. Fire a blue shell. Yeah, blue shell would get both of them right now. Could do with one. If anyone knows where you can pick up a blue shell on Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe, then let me know. Still a three-way fight for the lead. Daniel Taylor in 4th is about 8 seconds down, so we don't have to worry about him for at least this section of the race. How long have we been going for? Yeah, look how fast these GT1s are in a straight line. It's Corvette. Big thunderous V8 in those. Yeah, I'm definitely running more downforce than these guys. I'm just so much better in the slower. Oh my god. Oh dear. Finn just had a slide mid-corner, and I kind of ran into the back of him a little bit. I'll have to watch that back at the end of the race to see whether I was just overzealous or whether he actually did have an issue, because he did go a lot slower than I was anticipating on the exit of the corner. Normally where you start and putting your foot down, he slowed up a bit. We'll see. Hopefully I haven't just put him out of the race. Oh dear, that was close. Oh, this has been a dramatic lap. Right, this is chaos here, so I'm just going to back off. This is literally, this corner you literally just have to wait. Nothing else you can do. Going right, don't turn in please. Please don't turn in. I'm losing time here, but I don't mind because it's all safe. Just want to be safe. Still a very, very long way to go. Warren has got 5 seconds, but it's purely just traffic. It'll ebb and flow. Trying to be all Dave Cam about this. Just use my head. I'm not going to catch them for the chicanes, so therefore just ease off, save tyres, save fuel. Get a good exit. Again, I've lost time, but I wasn't going to get past them anyway, so there's no point rushing up to the back of someone, braking, going slowly through the corner and then driving out with a poor exit. You may as well save some fuel, save some tyres, because that'll all add up at the end of this stint. I'm hoping anyway. To be confirmed, but that's my idea anyway. We've already seen he's nearly had 2 or 3 incidents, so old Warren at the front there is pushing on quite heavily, and it's just whether he can continue to do that for another 1 hour and 50 minutes. Bit disappointed that I'm actually in split 2 for this race. I was hoping to be in split number 1. just missed out on my I rating. I reckon if my I rating was where it had been until about 3 or 4 weeks ago at 4,500, would have been in split one, which would have been a bit more of a close race than this rather than just 2 people. But hey, such is life. Oh, bit of an off track. It's a bit greedy on the way in there. Oh, another one as well. Come on, Piers. So I basically gone the whole race without any off-track warnings and 2 in as many corners. Right, where am I going to catch this Aston Martin? Probably on the exit around the... In which case I don't need to push through here, it's very hard because I'm not going to catch him anyway. Right, I want to go on the outside of this next corner. Like this. There, perfect. That was good because it means you don't burn your tyres up. I'm hoping... Nope. Not going to catch him. In which case it's purely save tyres, save fuel. Gap 6.1, that's okay. I can guarantee I will have saved more tyres and fuel than him in that one. There's the esports line for you, Dan. It was a bit better actually, I think, because I'm just taking a little bit. It's worse than taking a lot. I am a little bit concerned that it might damage the underside of the car, though. Whoa. Right, 15 laps. That means 2 more, 15 litres, sorry, but it means 2 more laps on the fuel. Yeah, I'm using half a litre a lap less than I was in practice. So I'm hoping that will give me a good old advantage in the pits. I might make back some of that 6 seconds just from my pit stop. I won't make all 6 seconds, but I might make 2. No, not like that I won't. Damn it, just wasn't concentrating. Sorry, everyone. Now 3rd in class. That's just, you know, such fine margins. That is annoying. Oh, well, reset. Still only 14 seconds off the lead with a long way to go. Oh, and Finn is right behind me as well. Guy that I accidentally spun, so maybe it was karma, who knows. There was me talking up a game, big game that I was keeping it all nice and safe and steady and letting Warren do all the dicey moves up front and spin on my own with no one around me. What can you do? And now my rear tyres are absolutely toast. That's one thing with iRacing, as soon as you get some extra heat in your tyres, they are like ice. And also my incident point number is rising fairly rapidly, and if you get 25 incidents you get a penalty as well, so hoping to avoid that too. So let's do what I was doing very well for the first 36 minutes, which is keep it clean. This lap's been pretty terrible, but we soldier on. He's done it again. Yeah, he's just very, I just don't think he's very good through that corner. I do think I'm faster than Finn, so going through now is probably the best option. Not again. Oh my god. That was a big save, but my rear tyres are going to be toast now, so I need to be very careful through the chicane. Right, I need to get away from Finn. Gapped him a little bit through there. That's good. Right, taking too many risks now. Need to let those rear tyres cool down. I might turn that traction control up a little bit. Yep, traction control is now max. Heart rate, 98. Yeah, there you go. Higher than it was even at the start of the race. And I'm also starting to perspire, definitely. Sweat is happening. Sweat is very much happening. I wish I turned my little fan on. I turned it off because I was cold earlier. Maybe in the next pit stop, depending how long it is, I'll turn it on. Ice racing, yeah. Damage, just floor it. Steady on, yeah, definitely steady on. Keep it clean. To finish first. First you must finish. What's the gap to the leader? Oh, has he crashed? I think our man has either pitted or crashed. I think I need to pit this lap as well, I do. I'm going to take tyres actually. I know I said I wasn't going to, but these are getting a bit sketchy. Full tyres, full fuel, yeah. I don't want to risk a mistake because the rear tyres are definitely going off. Just need a nice, easy pit in here. Pit limits is there. That was a good pit entry. Gained some time there. I'm changing up and down the gears. It gives you a little bit of extra speed. Doesn't look like much, but every little helps. You can go through cars in the pits on iRacing, but I'm not going to risk it. Right, fuel and tyres. Does it take tyres and fuel at the same time? It does take tyres and fuel at the same time, at which point you might as well take tyres. First stint done. Warren's still pitted, he's on track. Okay. If you're enjoying seeing Piers struggle with the rear tyres, hit the like button. Yes, thank you, Dan. Oh, I need a wee. That is not a good sign. Less than an hour into a 2 hour, 40-minute race. That is not good. The only saving grace is this has taken quite a long time to fuel up, so I could force a wee out later on in a later stint if I really need to.
Okay, punch it. Left side.
We've gained a spot. That minor amount of fuel saving has saved us. Right, let's not spin on cold tyres because we know how dangerous it is. Fudge. That's not gone well, has it? Literally said don't spin on cold tyres. What did I do? Spin on cold bloody tyres. And now Finn's past us as well. Right, let's hope I didn't get any damage. Oh, it feels like I've got damage. Or my rear tyres just cooked. To be confirmed, we'll see. I think I may have damage. Not everything feels right. Yeah, I've definitely got damage. Straight line speed is down. God damn it! Yeah, bruh. God, this car's so lethal on cold tyres. God damn it. Right, anyway. I'm going to have to pit this lap and get my car fixed. Because otherwise, it's pointless carrying on. Right, so turn fuel off. Where's fuel? Auto fuel off. Tyres off. Yeah, that's the difference in straight line speed. That's someone in my class. So I need to turn the fast repair on. I've only got one, so this has not gone well, basically. Long story short. That's not a good start to the race. I mean, the start was excellent, actually. 35 minutes, basically no mistakes. Was in a very good place, and then now look at us. Sitting duck.
Left side, clear on the left.
This is not going well.
Right side.
Oh, sorry everyone. It was going so well. Fuel tyres fan. That's not where the race ends though. I can definitely have a comeback for the ages. Pace is good, we know that, and there's plenty of carnage to come, that's for sure. Still a good, what, hour and a half? Something like that. Right, let's check those tyres and fuels again. Fuel, yeah, I am going to take a bit of fuel because it'll only... I'm already coming in the pit, so I might as well take fuel so that I've just got one more lap, so then I'm out of sync with everyone as well, which may come into play later in the race. Who knows, I might need to take one less pit stop as well. Not sure. Tyres are off though, because that would take ages. Right, let's try that again, shall we? Let's try again. Well, my pit entries are going to be absolutely by the end of the race, that's for sure. I don't think I can say that word. Commentator's curse. Well, there's a YouTube short sorted. Yeah, that'll be going on YouTube Shorts over the start of next week. Right, fast repair engaged. Oh, come on. Pit service time. Let's go.
All clear, punch it.
Right. Stage 2 of the race commences. Let's not spin this time. I was so careful as well. I was so careful. You heard me. I said, didn't I? I was like, let's not spin on cold tyres, and it was so sketchy. I couldn't even control it. Clearly a lack of talent issue. Yep, car feels much better. But I have used up my only fast repair, so it has to be clean between now and the end of the race. But that's okay, we can do that. We can definitely do that. We're down in pretty much, I think, 14th place or something like that. 15th, I think, after, yeah, 14th after pit stops. Where's this person going? The wrong way is where they're going. Oh! That was close. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good evening. Sorry to ruin it slightly. Rest in pepperonis, yeah. Thumbs up if you think Pearson still win. I don't think we're going to get many thumbs, but I'll definitely give it a good go for the podium. I think a podium is definitely on. I think the likelihood is one person in the top 3 or 4 will go incident-free, but the rest of them, it's unlikely to not have an incident. Thanks very much, 130 Racing. This is indeed fight back starts here style thing. Right, I'm hoping that this wee subsides, because if it continues at this rate, we're going to be in trouble. I did go for a wee right before the stream started, but I've kept well hydrated today, not wanting to be dehydrated, but obviously that has its own risks. Whew. Well, I still had the fastest lap of the race, so that's unlikely to be beaten now because it was first lap, full attack mode, new tyres, cold track. The track will only get slower. It should only get slower as the temperature increases. Because its session started at 8 in the morning or something like that. As the track temperature goes up in iRacing, the speed goes down. We'll see though. That was a good section. So where are we? 13th place. Top 10 definitely doable. Top 5 hopefully doable. Top 3 maybe doable. That's that esports you're talking about there. Line there, Dan. Throwing my car in the air. I'm going for it. That felt late, but they're so much slower. I'm going to get a cheeky little toe now. 12th and 11th are right in front of me. Here we go. Let's put attack mode on. Not quite the same as Formula E attack mode, but does the same job. I'm hoping to go up the inside of both of these guys. Just about. Why is this dude in front of me weaving so much? Is he weaving to say thank you, or is he weaving to say no thank you? Not sure. Tim Gray is ahead of us. And then 9 seconds, or 6 seconds ahead of us, we have Simeon in 10th. That's top 10. And then 9 seconds ahead of us is 9th place. And I'm not going to gain any positions driving like that, you absolute idiot. This is why streamers stream a lot, because it's quite hard to talk and drive at the same time, or at least drive well. Because I've lost another 3 seconds there. That is so silly. Going to turn balance mode back on in a sec. There we go. Just concentrating for a section there to actually try and not be an idiot. Stop talking into braking zones. Yes. Yes. Stop talking into braking zones is definitely what I should do. As I say that, talking into a braking zone and losing time.
Left side, clear.
Stop talking into braking zones. Piers, what pedals are you using and do you like them? Well, yes, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I am using the Asetek Pagani Huayra Pedals. I do like them. They are very, very solid on the brake. I'm actually wearing racing boots because you can't really use them with bare feet. Can't really use them with bare feet because they are so stiff your foot would ache, and they're kind of a bit too big for my feet. I've only got size 8.5 feet, so yeah, I've got racing boots on. They're very good. They feel very real because you have to press the brake really, really hard. Like I'm pretty much using all of my leg strength, which is good, although after a while your legs just begin to ache. The only thing I can compare them with that I've tried really is my own pedals, which are some Heures Sprints, which I got a few months ago, which I very much like. These are a much stiffer pedal than those Heures Sprints, which are have a bit more squeeze in them, a bit more feel. So if you've not used a full-on racing brake before, the these Asetek pedals are very solid, and it'll take a while to get used to it because it's a bit of an alien feeling, but it does feel pretty real. The throttle pedal is quite strong, a bit stronger than my liking, but you can adjust that. I just haven't really. It's not my pedals, I suppose, so they are Traxion's after all. I like quite a light throttle pedal, because I don't like having to push your foot all the way to the stop for the whole time you're driving, 2.4 hours. If the throttle was too heavy, you might get some serious cramp by the end. I'm going to take the advice and stop talking into braking zones. Catching these two ahead of me quite nicely. Let's just keep it nice and consistent. If I have no more mistakes before the end of the race, then we've got a good result on the cards, but only if I don't make those mistakes. I did say at the start of the race it was going to be about not making mistakes. So far I'm not even following my own advice, but we move. We'll salvage the best result we can, because at the moment, if I finished the race where I am in 13th place, I would go down 47 iRating to below 3.9, which would make me sad. I'm going to turn attack mode on and hopefully get past both of these two on the Mulsanne straight. That was nice. That worked out well for us. It's going to be a Zonta, Hakkinen, Schumacher sort of incident here.
Clear on the right. Right side, clear.
You have to be so careful on the throttle in this car. Just lifting because I kind of want to stay where I am and overtake him into Mulsanne corner, which is the next one, not this one. Yeah, this is the run I wanted. Although he's got some serious straight line speed, this Andre dude. I'm going through regardless of what you do, my friend.
Left side. Clear.
That'll do. Oh, he had a wiggle. Which lost him some time, which has given me a bit of an opportunity to pull away. Lovely. That worked out as planned. Because how are you turning on attack mode? I'm just using the mouse actually. I would use the thing on the wheel, and I did map it, but for some reason I'm not sure it's not working properly as it should, so it's making life a bit hard. So I'm just using the mouse and clicking on the drop-down menu, and then selecting the mode setting I want at the time. So I'm going to go balanced now. Balanced, there we go. And I've got past that Toyota there, which is excellent. That was nice and solid through that last corner as well. Right, up to... Oh, I'm still in 13th. No, 11th. There we go. Let's get some good laps in, shall we? See if we can make some ground on our rivals. That was a bit of a late lunge, but needs must. Got a lot of time to find. Why does it still say P13 though? Because I'm in P30. Oh, it changed. Yeah, it was a bit. I think Race Labs is a little. It waits till everyone goes past the pits or something. Yeah, the software that I'm using, which has got the graphs, has got the rev counter, my brake bias, the position, and also the results up top left, and my fuel calculator top right, which is important, or will be important later in the race. It's called Race Labs. I'm using the paid version, which is like £3 a month, I think, which gives you the graphs and and a few little additional extras. But the free version is pretty much everything you see on the screen, other than the graph at the bottom. And I've used that for over a year now, and it just gives you all the information that iRacing does, but in a much more digestible format. And the main thing I use it for is for the fuel calculator, because it tells you exactly how much fuel you need to finish the race, which is an important calculation, because you don't want to come up one lap short at the end of the race, or end up filling up the tank and then using half of it, because then obviously that's just wasted time in the pits. Lucas McGlide. PP, why aren't you winning? Well, Lewis, if you'd have been watching from the start, mate, I was, and then I made some Billy errors because I'm a Billy, and now I'm in 11th, but the fight is on. We're going fast. We continue. Let's actually look at the lap times we're doing compared to the leaders, shall we? My last lap was a 22.6. I was the fastest on circuit by 3 seconds. So the gap's currently going down at 3 seconds a lap. And my hands are starting to hurt. 1 hour into the race. Not even halfway. Completely flat out through the Porsche curves. What was that last lap? 3:23. Still faster than anyone else on circuit at the moment. That's what we need. Yeah, oh, I'm the fastest on circuit currently as far as... Oh no, actually I can't see the leaders. No, same pace as the leaders, sorry, that's my mistake. So I need to go faster basically, long story short. What are the leaders doing? 3:23.3 was the leader. I did 3:23.1. So I'm still the fastest on circuit, but only by 2/10 ahead of Warren, who I was fighting with at the start of this race. Oh my god, that is a lunge and a half. I'm going to wait, I think.
Right side.
Again, just
Clear.
playing the long game. Still over an hour and 20 minutes. Not even halfway. I'm a minute behind the leader, a minute in an hour. Need to be going about half a second faster than the guys ahead. Really. $80 minutes. So I need basically a second a minute to win the race. Not going to happen unless people make mistakes. If I do half a second a minute, which is a second and a half a lap, then I'm definitely on for it, which I think is doable if I hashtag keep it pinned. Lewis McGlade has said something and I want to reply, but I'm currently side by side going into Indianapolis at 200 miles an hour. He's letting off, that's nice of him.
Clear on the right.
What's going on here? What have I missed? I've missed a lot of chat actually. Oh, I missed a lot of chat. Sorry, everyone. I was concentrating. Right, I need to concentrate through here, everyone. Sorry. I don't want to throw it in the wall, particularly, if I can help it. Still the fastest car on circuit as it stands. That gives me hope. What was that last lap? Wouldn't have been very fast. 3:21.8. Woo! We are very much the fastest car on circuit. Let's go, boys and girls. We've got pace. You know, I was saying about a second a minute. Well, that was 3 seconds faster than our race leader, which in a 3-minute lap is a second a minute. Let's go! Oh, I got a bit G'd up by that. Didn't see that lap time coming. A 3:21.8. It's only 6/10 after off my fastest lap of the race overall, over the fastest lap of the race as well. Next fastest lap was a 22.3 from the guy in front. But he's directly in front of me, so that's definitely gettable. Right, let's check my tyres. The tyres and fuel are ticked for the next stop. Fuel's ticked, tyres are ticked. Yeah, brilliant. Right, loads of traffic coming up here, so let's keep it clean as always. That is the main aim. Watch out, my friend. God, these rear tyres, as soon as they overheat a little bit, it's the knife edge between perfect amount of rotation and certain death is minuscule. Thought I'd brake too late there, but managed to get it stopped.
Left side. Clear.
Old Fox Racing in 12th place, set a 3:21.9 behind me. So he's got some pace as well. Oh, that's the dude I passed not that long ago. Okay. Anyway, the leaders are slow, so let's keep going. I say slow. It's all relative, isn't it? We're doing 200 miles an hour. Full send, let's go, says Dan. PP needs the on-screen chat. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. That's my I'm a streaming noob, Lewis. Maybe if we get enough likes on this video, we can do more streams in the future, and then I'll have the on-screen chat, and I won't have to look away from the braking zone. In the braking zone, I won't crash as much. Oh, locked up. That's not good. That's not good for lap time. Going for it. And I'm going well wide. That is so stupid. That is really stupid. I just had lapse in concentration again. That's going to be my... I was in two minds. I didn't know whether to go for it or not. And now I need to be extra careful because the rear tyres are cooked. Ah, guys. Sorry to have to put you through this. Just me making mistake after mistake for absolutely no reason. I just don't drive on the sim enough to just like groove it. The more you drive on the sim, the more these mistakes just go. That's one thing I've found over the years. I just don't drive it enough at the moment to be consistent enough to not make as many mistakes. But we'll soldier on. We'll soldier on. Yeah, the rear tyres are, after those couple of moments, sketchy. I can just feel the back of the car skirting around. How long to the next? We've got, what, 5 laps till the next fuel stop, which will be the new set of tyres, which I will be very kind to the rears on the next pit stop, after the next pit stop, because these are pretty toasty at the moment. Stretching my shoulder out a bit. I think I might have the force feedback a little high, considering we're only halfway now. Yeah, I think I was a bit optimistic with the force feedback. I might turn it down a little bit. Thumbs are starting to ache, shoulders are starting to ache. It's a good workout, hey. Let's put it that way.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Right, from now on, just going to drive clean. Speed is irrelevant because there's no point in me going 3 seconds a lap faster than everyone else to then lose 10 seconds with the spin, is there? That doesn't help anyone, apart from me get past these GT86s. Nice. That's one place. I feel like I had to do that because if I'd have slowed down, I probably would have spun. Because if you brake at that speed, you get so much front grip. Anyway, it worked, so. That was close. Everyone see that moment of oversteer I had mid-corner? That was a high-speed moment that could have ended it all, but we saved it. Just a demonstration of quite how much rear grip I am lacking yet. Permaban if that's that. I can't read everything. I'm not good enough at this. I do need that on-screen chat if that exists. Oh my god, the rear is so sketchy. Oh, I can change the rear roll bar, can't I? Why don't I do that? Let's soften that rear roll bar up a touch. Yeah, in this Cadillac, you can change the roll bar's positions. The higher the number, which is what I've just changed, I've gone from a 5 to a 2. Or was it a 4 to... I went from 4 to 2, so the lower the number, the softer the roll bar. And generally, the softer the roll bar, the more stable, the more pliable and more compliant that part of the car will be. So I've softened the rear roll bar, hoping it will give me a bit more rear grip so that I don't have as many of these skatey moments. Cam saying, Li Yi C'est bon, merci beaucoup. We are in France, well, simulated France after all. Rear roll bar just detaches it. It doesn't detach it. It actually, I think it changes the position at which the roll bar is attached to the vehicle, because the roll bar is literally a bar, and the further you attach it from the center, the more leverage you have, so the effective stiffness increases. So if I change the number from a 4 to a 2, it basically effectively moves those positions outwards. Softening it up, hopefully giving me more rear grip.
Clear on the left.
IndyCar FP1 soon. Oh, Dan, you'd rather watch this in IndyCar, surely? You'd rather watch my resurgence back to the podium, wouldn't you? Thank you very much, Corvette, for making it obvious which way you were going. That's very helpful. $23 litres of fuel. This chicane is so edgy. Turned in a bit late there, I had to get out of the throttle. We're still doing good lap times. Last was a 3:21.8. Oh my god. What are the leaders doing? 3:24s, 3:23s. So yeah, we've got the pace. I just need to stop throwing it in circles. It's not a drifting competition. Of which I would be losing anyway, because I'm pretty sure if you spin in drifting, you don't get extra points. What's John saying? Traxion. So Piers, tell us what working with Lewis McGlade is like. Ah, the wonderful Lewis McGlade, my co-commentator on the GB3 and GB4 championships, formerly the British F3 Championship. Although not this weekend, because he ditched me to go to wherever the ESL-R1 was. The esports event that was last weekend. So I was lead commentator for the first time for a race weekend. If you want to watch that, head over to the MSV-TV YouTube channel and go on the live section. You'll see the videos that you'll see the races that I commentated at the weekend. But anyway, Lewis McGlade, consummate professional, the loudest man in commentary that I've heard anyway, but absolute legend. Good to have you watching the stream, Lewis. John N is, I'm here for the long haul. Great to hear, John. Great to hear. I'm in it for the long haul as well because, well, basically I'm not stopping, and I'm not stopping until the race is done. We've got excellent pace. We just need to stop spinning, basically. That was a big send. I'd rather put bleach in my eyes than watch an IndyCar. What have you got to say to that, Dan? Very fast, 290 kilometers an hour through there. That's like 160, I think, 155. Seen the car, I sat right on the exit, on the outside of those corners when I was there earlier on this year, and it was amazing to watch the speed of those cars go through there. Oh my, oh thank God they're going in the pits. Thought they were going to have to follow, thought I was going to have to follow them through here. That could be a penalty. No, just about got away with it. What lap times am I doing? 3:22.3. That's not bad. Still the fastest car on circuit, as long as I don't throw it off. What's the next car? 7 seconds. So that's a little tactic there you may have seen. I lifted really early. And one thing I found with multi-class racing when you're in a faster class is you don't want to catch cars in the middle or the exit of a corner. You want to get past them. You want to get flat out through the middle and the exit of the corner, because obviously if you catch them right at the exit of the corner, lift off, you lose time all down the next straight. Whereas if you just lift off and lose half a second into a corner and then get the same exit, you've lost half a second. Whereas if you go in at normal speed and then lose half a second on the exit, you then lose another half second on the straight after. So sometimes it's better to lift early and try and predict where they're going to be. I'm not perfect at it, and again, it's really difficult when the closing speed is so high like these cars are. I mean, I'm doing, what, 310 kilometers an hour, and this car's probably doing about 210, so it's a 60 mile an hour difference, but that's what the best drivers in these classes are so good at, and that's why they'll win so many races. And what I've been pretty good at during the race, compared to the other drivers, but the drivers in split one, I'm sure, will be well up there. Not losing any time. God, the leader's doing 3:29s. Wow, they must have been right in the traffic. Oh. I'm going to go slightly forward on my brake bias, I think. That'll not only help reduce the temperature in the rear tyres, but stop with those little scary moments. Would rather lock. So brake bias, if you don't know, I don't know how many of you, I'm sure a lot of you do know what brake bias is, but brake bias is the percentage of braking force that goes to the front compared to the rear. So the further forward you go, the more stable the car will be, because the front tyres are doing more work, so they will slide first. Which is, I like a stable entry to the corner so I can carry a lot of speed in. And also, the more brake bias you put to the front, the more energy you're taking away from the rear tyres under braking, so the heat goes down, so hopefully it'll stop that skittishness that I've been struggling with. given more time, I would like to have had I'd like to have had time to sort of have a tweak of this setup because it's a little bit on edge for me. I would like to have given it a bit more rear stability, maybe adding a bit of rear toe in potentially. And I would have been using telemetry to have a look at my laps to figure out where I can go faster, but I didn't have time to do any of that. Talking of telemetry, I'm actually going to be releasing, we at Traxion are releasing a series, a 3-part series, which will be coming out very, very shortly on how to best use telemetry in sim racing, but not just in sim racing, it'll apply to any type of racing really, but specifically using sim racing, 322. So keep an eye on the Traxion YouTube channel for that. Make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, which is right below this video. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to be notified of our latest videos so you don't miss them. I believe we've got a really, really fun one coming out this weekend where John and I had a go on BeamNG with their new update, which is basically a game designed for crashing, unlike iRacing, which is the way you're not supposed to crash, but yeah. You'll notice I'm in 6th place now. I'm not actually in 6th, it's just because obviously I pitted a lap later than everyone else. Everyone came into the pits that last lap, so I'm now net 6th. No, I'm now on the road 6th, but I'll be net still in 10th or 9th. But I will be pitting this lap. Okay, race is settling down a little bit. Yeah, Warren Diallo is the dude I was fighting with at the start of the race, only 19 seconds behind me after a pit stop. That shows how much time I've lost with all the incidents I've been having. But hopefully no more. Right, let's have a look. Can I feel brake mic do anything? Yes. So BMIG, or brake bias migration, is basically that brake bias that I was chatting about earlier on. As you go onto the throttle, the brake migration, onto the throttle, as you press the brake harder, the brake migration basically pushes it forwards more. So then when you come off the brakes, which is more important, the brake bias goes to the rear a bit more, which helps you or stops you locking the inside tyre so much. I run it at -5 because I actually like the brake bias to stay on the front a bit more, because I like to carry a lot of speed into the corners and hold the brake right into the middle. So if I have too much BMIG positive, it makes it more sketchy on the way into the corners. I like the rear to be stable on the way in, so I can then carry a lot of speed in and then be settled in the middle so I can get on the power, but that's personal preference. But I can feel it, yeah, it's not massive. Doesn't make a huge difference, and only some cars like the LMDHs and Formula 1 cars actually have brake migration. It's quite an advanced tool. It's only on cars, I believe, that have electronic brakes, basically. It's very hard to put on a car with mechanical brakes. It's a software thing. Right, pitting in again. Let's have a nice, smooth pit entry. That was lovely. Exactly. Right. PP request attack lap. Right. Attack for Dan. How to be fast on gamepad could be a good video. Right. Tyres, right. Let's take a quick swig of water while I have a moment. And a flapjack. You haven't seen these yet. Look at that. Little bite-sized flapjacks. I knew I'd need them. Just muting the mic so you don't hear me chew. Oh dear. Hello? Hello? Oh, you can't hear me. So the mute button doesn't work, apparently. So you'll just have to deal with me chewing. Sorry, everyone. That's nice. Right, first gear. Let's go.
We're done. Get going.
Right, pit limiter. Go. Let's see where we are on circuit. Well, there's a car right there. And a car coming around the outside. Right, let's not spin on cold tyres this time. That's Tobias Pull in 9th place, so we've definitely gained in the pit stops. Easy does it. Easy does it. Easy does it. Just get around the first lap. Oh, I'm going to get a penalty. Oof, that must have been close to getting a 2-second penalty. If you run wide on the exit of that corner, you have to lift off and basically give up 2 seconds, which would have put us right with Igor again, which would have been very annoying. But luckily, we're okay. And as requested, attack mode is on. Right, I'm going to be slightly more kind to my rear tyres during this stint, because that last stint was sketchy because the rear tyres were going off. We'll have a slight net advantage over these cars that we're on track now with, because I pitted that extra time when I had the damage, and now a lap later on pit stops, which means that I will only have to take, I'll have to take 1 lap less fuel at the final stop, which will save me, I don't know, 3 seconds, which is good. Right. 1.2 seconds to 9th. 2.4 seconds to 8th. 12 seconds to 7th. Top 5 is on, boys and girls. Especially because if we can continue with the pace we had before the pit stop. Oh, you have to brake a bit earlier when the car is full of fuel. It's a bit more lazy at low speed with all the fuel in. 89 litres, that'll be about 70 kilos of fuel. Maybe 65. So it's basically like having a passenger in the back. Makes the car a lot more lazy and change of direction as well. But we still had a good middle sector despite this. That's helpful. Always helpful when the driver beside you just goes off. Just being ever so gentle on the throttle to try and keep those rear tyre temperatures as low as I can, while also setting blistering lap times. Oh my god, that was close. Wow, that was close. What do you have? What do you have? Co-driver. What do you have a co-driver in these cars now? One pushes the pedals, the other turns the wheel. It's what it feels like sometimes when I'm driving. My feet and my hands not in unison, as we've seen a few times this race, with me doing a couple of loops. But no, no co-drives in these. Looks like they've got space for 2, but they definitely don't on the inside. Right, this is where I need a good exit, just to get past. was a little closer than I wanted to get, but hey.
Clear on the left.
Don't really want to get passed by this dude, if I can help it, so I'm going to try and pass him down the next straight.
Clear on the left.
Because it's going to hold me up, because I know I'm faster than him. I'm going to go left, because that'll put me on the inside. On the outside for Indianapolis, that will then put me on the inside for the left-hander. But as we're aware, I'm slightly slower on a straight line than some other cars. Oh no, there's a Toyota in the way. That's not good.
Clear.
That was a full commitment move. Please stay right. Please stay right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Car right. Yep. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, was wide of the corner. Wide of the apex. That could have been bad. You do not want to be running wide there because your only option would have been wall. Again, nice and easy on the power. Save those rear tyres. Save those rear tyres. Gonna need them at the end of the stint. That was close. Right, I know he's put attack mode on because I gained up to the back of him. And now we've sat stationary, which means that when I, hopefully later on this lap, put attack back on, I'll then breeze past him because I'll have more power than him. Whoa, that was close. That was a bit unnecessarily close to that Toyota, I think. Got a good exit. This is going to be sketchy. Please give me space. Thank you.
Clear.
And the toe swap to build. Now I don't need to use build. Actually, I found that balanced builds you back up to 50 absolutely fine. Build means you just go slower, so it can build up to 50% charge using balance, and it seems to work absolutely fine. And I don't seem to lose too much time because there's so many big braking zones, I think, here at Le Mans. Oh my god. Probably the right way to go, but I was just following. Because the more you're on the brakes, the more regeneration you're using. Right, he's going to use attack. And I'm going to use attack because I want to go past. I'm going to try and do a copy of the last lap. It's a bit sketchy, but
Right side.
that was a bit naughty. Last minute move. Yeah, he's letting me through. Lovely. Thank you very much. Hopefully he knows that I'm a little bit faster than him at this stage of the race. Second fastest car on circuit that last lap with the traffic and overtaking, so we've definitely still got the pace. What's the gap to the leader? 54 seconds. Actually come down, so that's good. We've gained 6 seconds since the last stint, which is good. It's not enough to win, but as it stands, but it's still good. Tell you what, moving that rear roll bar and rear brake bias has definitely, or put the brake bias a bit further forward, has definitely helped. I feel a bit more comfortable in this stint. Also, not spinning and burning the rear tyres helps. Thank you, Traxion admin on the chat, reminding me that this, of course, the whole point of this race, of course, is to raise money for Multiple Sclerosis Society. This is the Race for More 2.4, so the idea is that we're racing for more than just iRacing and safety rating and fun. It is to hopefully have some real-world impact. The goal for iRacing is $50,000, I believe. They want to raise $50,000 for this event. There was $16,000 before the event had even started. I will be making a donation as soon as the race ends. If you can donate, please do. Of course, there's no obligation because I know that times are tough at the moment. We all feel it. But if you can, then of course multiple sclerosis is a disease that affects the spinal column and brain and affects a lot of people in a lot of very terrible ways. So any money that you can spare to go towards that, would be amazing. Hopefully I've provided you with some sort of entertainment and that some of you will donate, and you may have who may not have seen this event without me doing this. That's the whole point of doing this, I suppose, and also to provide some entertainment for you guys as well. The link is in the description below this video. Have a click, donate as much as you can or as much as you want, and hopefully it will go towards that £50,000 that will go to the Multiple Sclerosis Society to help those with the disease and to help prevent it in future. Eight seconds to 6th, 10 seconds to 5th. 5th is definitely on. 5th is definitely on, because also remember we can take less fuel in the last pit stop, which will save us about 3 or 4 seconds. That'll put us only 7 seconds behind. Currently going about 2 seconds a lap faster than those dudes ahead, so, or dudes or dudettes, I don't know. The race is certainly not over. My last lap was a 3:22.4. Second fastest lap was by the leader, 3:23.8, so we were 1.4 seconds faster than the leader. Gap's down to 53 seconds. Was at 1.1 minutes 6 seconds, so we're reeling them in. Yeah, reminder, this is, I believe, split number 2. I'm not sure. It might be split 3 if there's a really, really high strength field, but I reckon this will probably be split number 2. Just missed out because my rating is not as high as it once was. So I'd be pretty happy with a top 3 in this, especially considering the spins. What was that last lap? A 3:22. Oh, it's 3:23.0 because I was recharging. Still not bad. That's not what I needed, a bit of slide there. Not good for the rear tyres. Still 8/10 faster than the leader. Still 9/10 faster than the people ahead of us. 7/10 faster than the person in second place, so it's still gaining, down to 52 seconds now to the lead. It's coming down. I've seen a message that I'll reply to in just a moment. So I've negotiated this section of corners. Can never remember the names of both of the chicanes on Mulsanne. They've got names, but on the bottom is 0, at the top is 100. On the straight, for example, the throttle will be at 100, yes. Yeah, so it's percentage. Yes, sorry, I haven't explained the bars. So the bars at the bottom of the screen, you'll see, basically, top of the screen is 100, bottom of the screen is 0. So when I'm on the straight, obviously I'm at 100% throttle because I want to go as fast as possible. And then when I brake, you'll notice the shape is almost always a vertical line that goes from 0 up to pretty much 100 depending on the corner. And then it will bleed down gradually with this sort of a shape that kind of goes like up like that and then kind of bleeds off. Because as you brake, you slow down, which means that you have less downforce, which is you can brake less hard because there's less grip. So watch this here. So I'll hit the brakes, and then as I get close to the brake, get close to the corner, you see that shape there. It's counterintuitive because most people, when you drive on the road, you'll do almost exactly the opposite. You'll roll onto the brake slowly and press more and more and more. But in a racing car, or a simulated racing car as we're in, if you do that, the weight will go further and further onto the front of the car just as you're trying to turn, which makes it more and more unstable. So you want it to be more like this. You want it to be a hard hit and then bleed off as you get into the corner. So if you're new to sim racing, that will work in almost every type of car and every type of circuit. So there are some exceptions, and you'll see me going through the Porsche curves. I just rub on the brake a little bit, but that's just because I'm just not actually trying to slow the car. I'm actually trying to manipulate the way the car turns, because whenever you touch the brake a little bit, it just transfers a bit of extra weight to the front of the car, which gives you more front grip. So if I get a bit of understeer, which I'll probably get in the next right-hander, so not this left-hander but here, just to that little rub on the brake there, that's just to get some more weight on the front of the car, so it gives me more front grip. And we're catching. 6th place is right ahead of us. I reckon it's time for attack, don't you? Why the hell not? 3:23.6. Well, they needed a 22.6, so with that traffic, it lost a little bit of time, but still not bad. That's not good through there. That was slow through that first sector, but oh well. Hopefully I get a good exit here. Yeah, this is going to work nicely for me. Oh! Contact. That's not good. Hopefully I haven't got any damage. That's 5th place right ahead of us, though. I was kind of forced into that because the car's moved left and right. Podium. Is a podium possible? Absolutely a podium is possible. I'm gunning for it. Pace is certainly there for a podium. It would definitely help if some people ahead of us make mistakes. Don't want to wish that on anyone, but our pace, well, let's have a look. 5th place is right in front of me, so that's right there. 4th is 16 seconds. What's that, 16? I'll do the maths in a minute once I've negotiated these corners. Yes, he's made a mistake. Lovely. Oh, my watch is telling me to go to bed. I have an alarm on my watch to go at 9:30 that tells me I need to start getting ready for bed. Not this evening. Not this evening. Still got a decent amount of racing to do. Right, we're going to have a mirror image of what we've done a couple of times. I'm going to try and go outside for Indianapolis, which will put me inside for the left. That's the plan anyway. Hoping they'll defend right. No, he wants to defend left. That's quite clever. Letting me through, lovely. Another place down. I believe that's 5th place now. Podium is certainly possible. How long have we got left? Just over half an hour. And the gap is about 30 seconds. That's about a second a minute, which I'm just about doing at the moment. And also, don't forget everyone, I'm pitting a lap later than everyone else because of that pit stop I made earlier on for the repair. So I'll gain 3 seconds, I reckon, there, give or take. I'll do the maths when I go over the line. Right, so what's the gap? Gap ahead is 26 seconds, and we have 35 minutes, give or take. So I'm going to need maximum attack, as in physical person attack, not hybrid attack, because otherwise I'll run out of battery, as I'm about to anyway. I need to go to balance, otherwise I'm going to run out of fuel. I say run out of fuel. Otherwise I will run out of energy. Right. I should be good. Absolute sleeper, mate. I'm all over the place for the snooze. What else is there? Shattered now, but won't put myself to bed until midnight plus. Yeah, you definitely don't need to use the clutch in this car when you're driving. Get him, boy, I'm getting him. Would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone so far who stuck around for the 1 hour and 50 minutes of me doing pirouettes. It's not been as successful so far as I would like, but hopefully the odd moment here and there have made things entertaining. I'm trying to keep things entertaining as well, as much as I can, while lapping Le Mans circuit as quickly as humanly possible. That little contact we had a couple of laps ago onto the Mulsanne straight didn't seem to hurt our straight line speed too much, which was lucky. Must have been a light graze. My last lap was a 3:21.9. I'll have a look at what everyone else did in a moment. Let's try to figure out if we're doing enough to get on the podium. 3:21.9 was my last. Leader 3:25.5. Second 3:23.3. Third 3:25.6. Fourth 3:23.4. Me 3:21.9. Come on, boys and girls. It's definitely on. Keep it pinned. You guys wanted a boring race for me to drive away at the front of the field at the start. I think we much rather this, don't we? Comeback king. Hopefully, we'll see. If I get a podium, everyone who's watching right now has to donate. If you physically can, of course. I don't want you to put yourself in financial stress just for a sim race. But if you can, I think that is the wager. Third place, everyone watching right now donates to the Multiple Sclerosis Society, even if it's only £1 or $1, depending on where you're watching from. They're about the same value these days anyway, which is sad. Oh, that's close to getting a penalty. Gap to the leader, 43. Oh my God, we've got it down like 10 seconds in this stint. Gap to the next driver. 31 seconds. It's definitely doable. Definitely doable.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
You all know what time it is. It's attack time. Let's get that gap down. somewhat frustrating that I've made so many little errors. I say little errors that have cost me a lot of time. It shows how much time I've lost just from not quite being as clean as I wanted to, because, yeah, 42 seconds is about what I've lost. I've spun 3 times, losing almost 10 seconds of time, haven't I? And I've pitted an extra time. I forgot I pitted an extra time as well. I've done an extra pit stop, which basically gained me nothing other than a non-damaged car. Yes, Dan. Attack mode. God, my hands are getting sore now. Luckily, my Wii has subsided. Ooh, bit of rotation for the nation. Maybe the thought of a potential podium has scared my pee off. It's gone, you know what? For a podium, we'll wait. Let's get a hi in the chat from everyone who's still watching. Figure out how many people are actively getting involved. I'm sure there are some sleepers out there as well. Don't feel shy to get involved. We're a friendly bunch here at Traxion. Whoa, a bit fast into there. What lap time is that going to be? It's going to be a 21, I reckon. It's got to be. 21.2, my fastest lap of the race, boys and girls. We are coming, and we are coming to the back of the podium fast. No innuendos, please. That was a genuine accident. Anyway, moving on. My watch is telling me I need to go to bed again. Leave me alone, I've got a race to win. Well, I've got a podium to get. Gap's down to 38. Come on. Yeah, I'm at 2.5 seconds faster than the leader at this rate. I mean, I was on attack mode last lap, but still. Gonna go around the outside. No, I'm not. Gonna cut back. Whoa, that was close. Oh, snatched a break there. Just locked a tyre as I came off the back of the curb as they become unloaded. It shows how fast these cars are. That is a pretty fast road car, and the Toyota GR86 race version, so stripped out and off the corner, literally like it's standing still. Racing cars are mega fast, especially bona fide, fully out and out World Championship racing cars like this car that raced in the World Endurance Championship. And we've got a fight between some slower cars ahead, so let's try not to ruin their fight. Keep well out of their way. The straights must feel so long for them. Look at the speed difference here, look. Like they're standing still. And a reminder, it's not because they're not driving well, it's just the pure speed difference in the cars. Whoa! Code brown. Code Brown. Well, I definitely don't need that P anymore after all that has been ejected. That is the fastest slide you'll ever want to have. That was not fun. Jesus. That was not somewhere you want to have a slapper. Wow, I'm still recovering from that. I'll do a heart rate check in a moment. Need to be careful now because that right rear tyre will be a little hotter than it was before. Heart rate, 85. My resting heart rate's about 55, so we're still 30 above normal. No wonder I'm feeling a little bit sweaty. Oh, my wrists. How are you all doing? Go Chunder. Slip and slide, that was very much a slip and slide. Yeah, the GT86 is shared with the Subaru. It's the Subaru GTO? GTO? Would you rather have the GR86 or the Subaru GTO? That is the question. Made same car, same factory, different badge. What would you rather have? Discuss. I think I'd rather have the Subaru, you know. I like a Scooby. And also they're a bit rarer than the Toyotas, I think, especially in Europe. I haven't seen many of the Subaru versions. And they do exactly the same thing. What's the gap? 39, so I've actually gone out a little bit to the leader, so I need to pick the pace up. That'll be after that mistake, I think. Right, I'm just moving backwards and forwards between attack and balance now, just to try and maintain a consistent pace. Whoa, a guy in seconds on a 3:21.5 that last lap. That's fast. So they've obviously got some pace up the front there. It's just whether they can unleash it as consistently as we can. Just wobbling my legs a bit, try and get a bit of circulation, getting a bit of a numb heel on my left foot. I'm just sitting in the same position. That was better through there, a little bit less scary that time. Way too much speed. 16 litres of fuel. So not next time, but the time after I'll be coming in. Which means that someone's in the pits now. Cool, they haven't actually managed to make the extra lap. Which is playing into our hands nicely. Every lap extra we have of fuel is free race time, if that makes sense. Because that means they'll have to put one more lap of fuel in the last stop. And we will not. Currently P4, well P5 on the net P5 or P4 on the road, but guy in second just pitted. It reckons I'm going to have to take 50 litres of fuel, so let's set that now. 50. Hang on, boys and girls, we did a 3:20.7 that last lap. Fastest lap of the race by almost a second. Let's keep going. You know what time it is, Dan. It's attack time. Attack time. THYME. Attack Rosemary. That's something very different. No one attack Rosemary. I'm not inciting violence. Please do not get me banned off the channel. Whoever Rosemary is. I'm going left. Stay right, please. Sound the attack alarm, yeah. We should get a, for the next stream I should get a an attack button that sounds, every time I press the attack button it sounds an alarm. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Things to think for the future. Going around the outside again. Oh, that was lovely. Even though I do say so myself. Right, can I do one more lap? Yes, I can. Hopefully this lap's going to be fast as well. What was that lap time? 3:20.6. Come on. Balance time again, unfortunately. What's going on? I've seen something. Based on the leader's stream, you're about one chicane behind him on the Mulsanne. Well, that's a lot less than it was at one point. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, the leader's changed. Okay. Oh, so many more Piers streams coming. Oh, so more Piers streams coming. Yes, hopefully, when there's need to, when there's motive. Red button and air horn from a truck. Yes, that's going to be the attack button next time. Right. Attack for the second half of this lap. I need a Schumacher-like in-lap here to get that time down as close as I can. Come on. Right, it reckons 50 litres of fuel, well 50 and a half, so let's take 50 and a half. Take tyres, yeah. Thank you. Good driving. That's good driving from the car in front. He made his intention very, very clear very early on. If you're going to go off the racing line, do it early and make it obvious. We're going to go for a move on the outside. That was sketchy. Oh no, I'm too late. I'm going to have to go on the exit. Oh, that's hurt our in-lap so badly. That is so unlucky. That is so unlucky. That in-lap would have been absolutely mega. One of those. We did the right thing. Keep it safe. Oh, a bit slow on pit entry, but not too bad. Right, check. 50 average is 50 litres yet. Yeah, 50 litres it is. Let's take a little bit less. I can always fuel save. I'd rather come out ahead. Let's go 40... 50. I'd rather not run out. Right. I'm going to go attack for the outlap. Last stint. Here we go, everyone. Oh, hydrate. Thanks, Dan. Last 15 minutes. Let's see what we can do. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Move it, move it.
Come on. Where are they? 11 seconds. Right, cold tyres, easy. They've caught me out a number of times. Right, where is everyone? Where is everyone? "16 seconds ahead is David. Says I'm in the lead, but I'm not. We're going to have to wait and see. Keep it pinned. Haven't you underfueled? No, I haven't underfueled. I'm all good. I know what I'm doing. He says, having spun 4 times. Where is everyone? Right, you and Marshall, 23 seconds behind me. Where's everyone else? Can't see. We soldier on, do what we can. Yeah, we're getting 4 seconds on the leader in the pit. That's from that extra lap that we managed to get in. Says we're in the lead, but we're not. Really intrigued as to where everyone is. Whoa. Bit of right, I'm going to have to go balanced again. Right, this Corvette ahead. Where am I going to catch him? Probably on the outside of that long right again, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have, because if that's that left, that last left, if you catch them there, it's so difficult. Oh, but there's a car in the way. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Thank you.
Right side, clear on the right.
That was close. 15 seconds to the next driver. Let's have it. Maximum attack. It's hammer time. Come on, Lewis. Top 3 under a blanket. They could come together, you never know. Wouldn't take much. Right, I'm going to try and get this car before Tetra Rouge. Cut underneath on the exit. Lovely. Keep it pinned through here. Oh, that might be a penalty. Yeah, balls. That's not what we needed. That is not what we needed. So basically, I cut the track too much through Tetra Rouge. I don't think I was going to catch them anyway. 15 seconds is a tall order in 10 minutes, but all right, let's take that time back. We continue. We're in a bit of no man's land. One less spin and we would have been right up with 4th. I think I've taken way too much fuel, you know. I think I could have taken much less. Says I'm going to have a whole lap's worth of fuel left at the end, which is annoying. I suppose it's always better to be safe than sorry. You never know, the leader might have just gone over the line before it goes over. And it wouldn't have helped our cause if we had run out of fuel, would it? That would have been the cherry on the icing on the cake. Anyway, we push on. Let's see if we can go even faster in this stint, because the tyres will be better than they were in previous stints, because we only had to take 2/3 of a tank. So fastest lap is most certainly on. Don't want anyone to take that away from us if we can help it. I want to come away with this as fastest driver. I don't think anyone's going to beat it by the looks of it. We've got fastest lap by over a second. Oh no, not quite. 8/10. That was very smooth through there. Smooth is fast. .323.8 on a build lap. Well, we're on an attack lap now, Dan. Sound the foghorn. That's the best I've been through there. Lost a little bit of time through Tetra Rouge, just being a bit greedy on the way in. Touched the grass. Second place has hit the barrier. That means we could be on for a podium, boys and girls, if we continue the way we are. P2 is spun, but still going. Okay. Okay. That was good through there. Yes, you are right. Double attack mode. Second and third, now fourth under a blanket. P2 has left side damage. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It is not over till the fat lady sings. I'm alone in the office, there's no fat lady, but if anyone wants to volunteer at home, be my guest. We continue. What lap times are doing? 326s, 323s. It's not long left now, is there? Soldier on regardless. Took a bit too much speed into the right there, lost about a tenth. What car is that? It's a GT1, okay. I don't need to save fuel at all now because I'm going to have too much at the end, so any fuel I save is just added weight. That was attack lap 1. Here comes attack lap 2. 320.7, that was only a tenth slower than my fastest. Hopefully I can get these two into the left. No, not quite.
Right side, clear on the right.
That's not going to help my lap time. We still gained like 3 seconds on the guys ahead. 2 seconds on 4th place, 3 seconds on 3rd. I've carried way too much speed in here. Somehow managed to get stopped. Gonna have to go balance. I'm sorry, Dan. I'll do it after the chicane. State of charge going down. Yeah, so this is the penultimate lap, I think. Maybe 2 more. Maybe 2 more. No. Oh. That was very close to another spin. I braked very, very late there, and that was a mistake. Oh, there's a lot of Toyotas coming up. This is going to be interesting. Oh, it looks like I'm going to get them before the corner, which is nice. Forget how much slower they are. Right, I'm going outside. Please, 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 please. Thank you. I was hoping he wasn't going to leave the inside open. I had committed to the outside. That was a bit risky, but... Well, last lap. Well, you know what that means, Dan, doesn't it? You know what that means, Dan. Attack mode. Here we go. Let's see if we can set the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Traffic dependent, but we'll give it a go. Oh, hang on. That's a place of position up ahead of us. Let's have it. 2.2 seconds. We've been 2.2 seconds faster than everyone else, so let's give it a go, shall we? He's got damage. Guys, we're going to get a position here. Come on. I think he's a sitting duck. Yeah, he is. That'll help our lap time, though. Love the little toe. I think it's probably going to be P4. I think P3, 9 seconds ahead. Just too far away. Still want that fastest lap, though. This is the one, I reckon. John, glad you made it to Blyton. Shame about the damage from the spin. Could have been on for P1. Yeah, if I hadn't had that damage, I think we had the pace for P1 today. I think that showed. I mean, we've taken the gap down from 65 seconds to 26. A valiant effort. It's been good fun. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us along the ride. Hope you've enjoyed watching, everyone. Let's see if we can finish off with a good lap. Hang on, Warren's only 4 seconds ahead. Something's happened to Warren. They think it's all over. It might not be. I've got way too much fuel. I could have taken 40 litres, not 50. Boys and girls, this is a move for position. This is for the podium. This is for the podium. This is for the podium. Yes! Keep it clean, Piers. Keep it clean. Still want that fast lap, though. Guys, we did it! We did it! Yes! Is that it? Is that the flag? There's the flag. Oh, guys! Oh, he underfueled. Oh, my God! Yes! Oh! That was Warren, the one that we were fighting with the lead at the start of the race. After all that happened, snuck through. Because I think he ran out of fuel or nearly was running out of fuel. Oh, we finished with 13 litres, so we could have been another 10, 5, 6, 7 seconds up the road. I don't think that would have been quite enough. Oh, it would have been. Oh, no. If we'd have taken less fuel, we could have been right with the leaders. Oh, but anyway. Just giving the rev to congratulations. Who won the race? Demon Tweaks Esports won the race. Simatok for more second. TraxionGG in third place. Right, I'm just going to pull over. Oh, that was worth waiting around for, wasn't it? 2 positions on the last lap, 5th place up to 3rd. What an end. Oh. Well. Wow, wow, wow. There is my, well, there you go. There is my beaten and battered Cadillac with all of its spray from the rubber dust, the brake dust. Oh, my wrists are done. My hands are done. Oh, my back is sore. Oh, my knees. But we did it. 3rd place. Thank you so much, everyone who joined in. I've really, really enjoyed it. I'm a bit of a streaming noob, as I said at the start, so I wasn't able to read all of your comments as I was going, oh, celebratory flapjack, absolutely. Podium flapjack tastes better. Anyway, yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much, everyone who watched. I won't hang around for ages, but what I will do is if you hang around, we'll do a post-credits scene where I show you the most up-to-date Traxion Cadillac livery, which is worth waiting for. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Remember, this was for the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Trying to find my phone. You can donate using the link in the description. I will be donating right now while I find that paint livery. You guys can all, I know, either wait around for the livery or go to bed because it's now, oh, it's only 10 past 10. My math was way off. Anyway, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time I won't spin so many times. Keep it pinned. Goodbye. So those of you who stuck around, the wait will hopefully be worth it. Right. If you haven't already, I've just donated to the Multiple Sclerosis Society via the link in there. I put some money on. If you can, amazing. If you can't. But anyway, I'm going to just drive out the pits just to show you the majestic paint that we should have had on, that I will be racing on the Cadillac from now onwards. I'll just do one or two corners. It's the same colour as you can see. Slightly different design. Dean, who works for Motorsport Games, gladly put it together for us. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Ah, it's not working. Here we go. Come on. I did set it up. This is really annoying me. Anyway, what I'll just do is I'll just show you. So this is what it should have looked like on the Cadillac. You can see that's the Cadillac there, but if you zoom in a little closer and a little closer, you might recognize someone on the nose. So unfortunately, this time around we didn't get to run it, but it will be used in future. I can guarantee you that. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. This was the post-credit scene for the Race for More 2.4 live stream, my first live stream on Traxion. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you donate, and we'll see you very soon. As always, keep it pinned.